And the skills that I saw, well, I mean, there's steering a canoe, building a fire, climbing a rock wall, learning how to care for a horse. But then there's the emotional skills that are involved in making friends, solving problems on your own, taking risks. Just a tremendous amount of growth. It's probably the best investment we've made in our children, is sending them to Cedar Ridge. We fell in love with about Cedar Ridge, and what makes it stand out from other traditional camp models in Ontario is that its size. So Cedar Ridge has about 120 campers in a session, and that's small for an Ontario camp. And that's what we loved about it. We knew when we sent our kids that they would get to know all of the other campers, that they would get to know the staff, and that they would get to know the director, Grayson. And we were correct in that making that choice. It was one of the best decisions we made. Grayson is an exceptional director, and he gets to know every camper firsthand and their family as well. So it feels like we're sending our kids to extended family every summer. It really is a great family environment. I'd like to highlight Cedar Ridge's activities. They are a traditional camp with a full breadth of traditional camp activities, but specifically they have an exceptional whitewater trip program. So the kids get to canoe whitewater, and it's just one of the things my kids talk nonstop about. They have a high ropes course as well. That's great for building trust and team building. And my littlest one just loves it to hang off the high ropes. And they also have horseback riding. And that is, like, of course, for city kids, that is a massive hit. They just love to get on the back of a horse and try out horseback riding, as well as all of the regular skill building, swimming lessons, canoeing, archery, outdoor skills. I mean, they have it all. When I was researching the camps, most of what the research I did was online, and that wasn't enough for me. So the camp provided a phone number, and I thought I was going to get a general mailbox number when I called, but instead it was a cell phone directly to the camp director, Grayson. And I had a long conversation with him, and he made me feel so comfortable in the decision that pretty much by that point I'd already made, that it was going to be a good choice for us, that I sent the kids, the two oldest children, for their first 2-week session. And the minute they come home, they were crying because all they wanted to do was go back. And so at that point, I knew it was an exceptional decision, and I patted myself on the back because Cedar Ridge has been in our family ever since. I'm a mom of 5 children. So my oldest is now a camp counselor at Cedar Ridge. My second oldest is an LIT. Our third child spent actually 6 weeks this summer at the age of 7. She was having such a good time, she didn't want to come home, so we kept re-enrolling her. And our youngest two, when they're old enough, they'll join as well. And the skills that I saw, well, I mean, there's steering a canoe, building a fire, climbing a rock wall, learning how to care for a horse. But then there's the emotional skills that are involved in making friends, solving problems on your own, taking risks. Just a tremendous amount of growth. It's probably the best investment we've made in our children, is sending them to Cedar Ridge. I would say do your research. There's lots of ways platforms that you can use to find out what camps are good for your children. And then trust yourself. Trust that you're capable of making a good decision for your children and for your family, and expect that the children have some challenges. Yeah, they're going to get some bug bites, and they may, have to take a risk at an activity that's new to them, but that provides them with such a feeling of being capable that it's a gift. Like, really, it's a gift for children to be able to learn some independence and to feel good about themselves and what they can accomplish. And it's all packaged in like a wonderful camp experience with great activities, exceptional staff. It's so much fun, and there's so much joy that it's really, you have to work hard to not have a good time. The value for me, I can't speak for other parents, but I will speak for myself. The value is really in the friendships, the skill set, the nature, being able to have the kids out in a beautiful setting full of forest and trees and fields and lake. I've had the pleasure to spend some time up at Cedar Ridge myself, and it's a stunning setting. So I guess the value for me is that the children really become their best selves, and they tap into that without distraction, with the support and guidance of caring staff, and they learn to trust themselves, to take risks, and that really they're capable of anything they set their minds to. All of the parents out there, I want to reassure you about Cedar Ridge. A lot of times the kids are worried that they're not going to make a friend, or that the food is terrible. And I just want to say, right off the bat, the food is exceptional. My kids love it. The salad bar in particular is a big hit in my house, and ice cream every Sunday. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? And the staff work hard to work with the children to build friendships. They are inclusive and fun and silly, and they bring the kids right along with them. We wouldn't have been able to have our 7-year-old there for 6 weeks, meeting new friends every 2 weeks, had the staff not known exactly how to help support children and encourage them to make good, strong friendships. Our oldest daughter actually has a friend from Spain that came to our camp, and they still message all of the time. Then they met a few years back.